Welcome on a Tuesday edition of the Bill Michaels Show. We are live. We are here in Indianapolis, Indiana at the NFL Combine, Scouting Combine 2026, getting ready to get underway. And the general managers, the new head coaches and such, all on hand down here. We are inside the convention center just across the street from Lucas Oil Field. Lucas Oil Field, obviously, where they are going to have all the athletes, all the, prospect football players are going to be there beginning on Thursday, but they're already starting to arrive. They're running around the conference center here as well, and we're going to have a plethora of guests. There's a lot of contingent of media from Wisconsin because a little bit later on today, Brian Gutekunst will speak, and there are many here just for that. So they're going to be here today. So we'll probably talk to more than a few people. We're going to have Bill Huber on from Sports Illustrated. Wrote a really nice article about Rasheed Walker, and so we'll have Bill on. Mike Clemens is going to be here. We're going to try to touch base with Tim Van Vooren from Fox 6 in Milwaukee, Dave Schrader, WBAY TV in Green Bay. They're on hand. Maybe even Lance Allen from CBS 58 in Milwaukee, who just got back from Milan, Italy, and covering the Olympics, and just came back from spring training as well. So they're all here. I saw our good friend Jeff Joniak, the voice of the Chicago Bears. I saw our really good friend Paul Allen, had a chance to chat with him earlier today from the Minnesota Vikings. He is going to be here. Greg Cosell from NFL Films and the NFL Network is going to join us later this week. Our buddy Aaron Nagler from Cheesehead TV is here. We're going to talk with him a little bit later this week as well. So we've got a plethora of guests that are going to come past us over the next, the next 3-4 days as we sit here inside the convention center. But Grant is right now, John Eric Sullivan, the general manager of the Miami Dolphins, is speaking, and obviously just leaving the Green Bay Packers. Between him and Jeff Hafley here is here as well. They're going to be speaking here in just a few. So that's where a lot of the media contingent for the state of Wisconsin is. So as soon as they are done, we have a pretty good break because Goody does not speak until 1:45 Eastern time, which is 12:45 Central time. So between that, we're going to get a few guys over. And then after that, we're going to get Bill Huber, Mike Clemens and such. And they'll react to what Brian Gutekunst had to say. And then coming up tomorrow on the show, we'll play back what Brian Gutekunst speaks of and such, and you'll have a chance to already hear it, but we'll play it back for you and then talk about that as well. So there you go. So a lot of stuff going on down here at the Combine. Grant Bills is here with me. Mike Clemens is with me, like I had mentioned. Kate is back producing the program. Kate, you're back there today, correct? All week long?
That's right. Here I am.
Okay, all week. Just making sure. This was one where we got here last night, and our house is really nice, but there is no insulation in it. And I mean that in the sense of the house is warm, but you can hear everything in every room, top to bottom. So like in the floor, it's like living in a barn. It's like I'm in the bedroom, in this bedroom upstairs, and you can literally see like cracks in the floor down to the living room below. So we thought this is great. I've got an upstairs bedroom, and we all know Mike Clemens works late at night. So, yeah, well, then you hear, I just start to fall asleep about 11:30, 12 o'clock last night. And then you hear, check, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This is Mike Clemens, and he starts doing his reports. And it's like he's in the room with you. It's other than just a thin board that is a floorboard, and this is an old house. Other than that, there is nothing between you and Mike. So even at the other end of the hall, you can hear everything. I could hear Grant in the room next to me, Bill Huber in the room next to me, Mike walking up and down the stairs. It's a really nice renovated house, but it's creaky, it's old, it's got a lot of style to it, but there is nothing in any room you can do that people in the rest of the house will not hear, just so you know. So we thought, well, it was probably a good thing Kate didn't come with us on this one, because you can hear everything. You can hear breathing and snoring and everything going on in the middle of the night. But yeah, and then the house is really nice, but I have to admit, sometimes when you do these, you don't know the neighborhood. So the neighborhood is like where our block is okay, the next block over is not. And then you go, the further you go away from our block, it goes from really bad to then back to being really good. And then you go a little bit south, and then it's a really good neighborhood, but you go one block north and it's a really bad neighborhood. So
well, it sounds like Grant won't be taking any more morning walks like he was in San Francisco.
No, you're not going to be doing that here. In the morning, yeah, you know what? Because a lot of the cars on the streets are BMWs and all that kind of stuff, and they're nicer cars. It's just the houses and the area around us is not great. So in the middle of the night, Mike's doing his piece, and I keep hearing him doing the check 1 2, 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 and all of a sudden you hear bang bang, and I've shot enough guns in my life to know what that is. And so I thought, oh my God, the neighbors could hear him too, and somebody shot Mike. So I'm like, I waited, and then I hear him go check 1 2. So Mike didn't hear it because he's got his earplugs in, his headphones in. But I heard it. And I'm like, okay, we're not in a great neighborhood. We're not in Kansas anymore, but we're in at least a safe, secure house and a nice place, and so at least we're thankful for that. So that was the experience down here last night. So, and by the way, we never made it to Skyline Chili. For those that are asking, never made it last night. Yeah, we were coming down last night and realized that Skyline closed at 9, and we figured we'd get here at 8. Which is 8 our time, which is 9 o'clock Eastern. So we got into town about 20 after 9. So instead of going to Skyline, I took them all for the experience of Penn Station cheesesteak and subs. And so I took them there last night. So we ate there on the way back and brought it all back to the house. And we just sat down at the table and ate last night. And today, after Grant gets off the air, we're all going to Skyline Chili. And do you remember Greg Cosell? When we had Greg on with us?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, Greg, great guy, right? So I was talking to Greg, and Greg is from the New York area. So I asked him, when did you get here? Because we know you had the big snowstorm. And Greg said he came in. He knew it was coming, so he left on Saturday. And he flew in and got into town on Sunday. So I said, hey, we're all going to Tony's Steakhouse tomorrow night. Do you want to go? And he's like, he's going to dinner with some coaches on Wednesday night, tomorrow night. So he said, I don't have anything planned tonight. He said, what are you doing? I said, actually, I'm getting off the air, and while Grant's on the air, I'm going to go over with Solomon Wilcott's. We're going to go down to Nikki Blaine's. We're going to get some cigars and hang out down there until 7 o'clock, and then I'm picking Grant up. And I said, yeah, then after that, it's just us. Well, myself, Mike, Bill Huber, maybe. I think Bill might be heading back tonight. I said, but we're just going to go to Skyline Chili. And he said, what's that? And I said, well, it's a chili specific to Cincinnati. He said, I've heard of that. And Greg looked at me and he goes, can I go? I said, for chili? And he's like, yeah, that'd be really cool. So I can only imagine if Greg actually ends up going with us, because he said just text him. If Greg ends up going with us, it'll be me and Grant and Greg and Mike. And Grant looks at me and says, I'm going to shut up and not say a word and just let it all fall out on the table. Can you imagine having dinner between myself, Mike, and the experience there, and then Greg Cosell, 43 years experience at NFL Films, and just sitting there? And this is why I love Combine. Because it's completely different. It's just football. That's all it is. It's none of the glitz and glam that goes on at Super Bowl. It's just football. And that's the reason I love the Combine so much. I can just imagine taking everybody to Skyline Chili and sitting there with Greg Cosell. If he ends up going, he said text him when we get here because he really wants to go, but he's got some things he has to check. So I said, okay. So there you go. So that was it. That was our day today. Talked to